A large part of the reason why we generate so much waste in Singapore is because of our excessive consumption habits. So in order to tackle excessive waste generation and in order to prolong the lifespan of Semakau landfill, we need to significantly reduce consumption. Let me help you visualize. This is Sally the cat, and she represents any one of us who walks into a store and we encounter a massive sale sign, so we get excited. So let me help you imagine. Imagine Sally walks into a store and this red dress catches her eye. And so she walks over to it, she picks it up, and she thinks this is really trendy, it's very fashionable, so she gets even more excited. She checks the price tag. The original price is $90, but the sale price is $20. Then she checks the size. It's the last dress in her size, so of course she has to get it. And so she makes the purchase. But what she fails to remember is that she has multiple similar dresses at home. And what she fails to envision is that a few months down the road, she's going to spring clean or Marie Kondo her wardrobe, and a lot of the items that she buys on a whim are going to end up in a dumpster, whether or not she does it herself or if she donates them to charities and the charities do the deed for her. So this leads to a rapid accumulation of waste. And it's very problematic to think that such a huge environmental and social issue is built on such seemingly inconsequential, insignificant events in our lives. It's very difficult to, as just normal citizens, to imagine the abstract consequence that is going to happen in 16 years. But it's because it's going to happen in 16 years. We don't deal with the immediate effects of not having an alternative space for waste disposal. But I'm going to tell you now that drastic measures will have to be taken. If we choose to do it locally, we might have to buy more land space. If we choose to externalize the problem, we might have to export our trash to developing countries. Not only does this perpetuate the out of sight, out of mind mentality that most Singaporeans already have, it's going to lead to more severe ethical problems such as making people in developing countries, like for example, being exposed to toxic fumes from hazardous e-waste. Yeah. And whether or not we choose to do it locally or externally, it's going to result in an increase in our taxpayers' burdens. And as we grow older, even if we are youth, in a few years we're going to start paying tax, and it's going to definitely affect us. So I'm going to propose 3 simple methods by which we can reduce our consumption. First is to think before you buy. We can do this by measuring our needs versus our wants. So ask yourself 3 questions. First, do I already own something like this that I can use for even longer? If you're at a restaurant and you're ordering something perishable like food, you think, am I ordering too much? B, what is the real reason I want to buy this? Is it because I really need to use it, or is it just an added accessory to my already existing wardrobe? C, is buying this item more important than the larger social issue? Stopping to think and making careful decisions can help us to prolong the lifespan of Semakau landfill, but not only that, it also helps us to become more careful and sincere in our actions. And that plays a part in many other aspects of our lives. 2, we can strive to reuse our current possessions by sharing. By sharing, we enjoy variety without having to buy new items. We save money. It's also an educated way to get together with friends and like-minded people. The Fashion Pulpit is a physical store, but it bases its entire store entirely on a swapping system whereby customers can come in to to swap their items for points that they can use in the physical store. And by doing this, the Fashion Pulpit encourages circulation of pre-existing wardrobe items, and by this they promote sustainability and sharing within the community, but without compromising on fashion. We understand that it takes time to get used to the fact about using other people's clothes. It might seem a little bit strange, but this involves getting rid of the mentality that new is good. It also helps to set practical rules, such as ensuring good condition of items that you are going to swap. It's going to also take initiative, resourcefulness, and an open mind for you to find other people that are willing to take part in swapping sessions. My last and very simple point is to seek activities that does not concern shopping or eating excessive buffets. We have to put a distance between ourselves and the massive sale signs that are enticing and luring us to support these lucrative businesses. We're not trying to dissuade consumption altogether, because that's very extreme, but we're trying to promote a healthier, more sustainable way in which we can consume food, electronic and clothing items. Yeah. Before I pass the time on to Evangeline, I'm going to remind you, first, to think before you buy, second, to share your possessions, share what you have, and third, to seek other things beyond the shopping malls. Yeah, Evangeline. Thank you.